Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. The first thing we notice at this frame is that it says game engine footage, so we get to see the overall massive scale of the game, probably in regards to its maps and the overall graphical style and direction. And I think those are two very important things to realize as we go into the rest of the trailer. Alright, so we just saw some destruction, some people jumping off of a cliff, people were parachuting. Now we get to this gliding suit. They obviously wanted us to make a note of this for the game. I'm interested to see if this will be a part of some campaign or how this will impact multiplayer. Frankly, I don't have any clue. I do think it will be involved, but I really don't know until we see the gameplay reveal. I do think this will be revealed further in detail in that next reveal that Battlefield does. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so here we are. This is something that everybody has been wondering about. The robot dogs. What exactly are they going to do and how will they impact the battlefield? Okay, so what we can see here is that it drops in probably from some sort of aircraft, and it looks to me like it has some sort of gun on the front. What that does, I have no idea. Could it be a repair tool? Could it be some sort of weapon? I don't know. It has all kinds of ports on the front of it. We just can't tell from this shot exactly what this thing does. I am very curious to see if we get to see more of these in the gameplay reveal, and I'm kind of worried. You know, I really don't want to see these having a massive impact on the battlefield to where they become sort of a chore to deal with. I think that's going to create a negative player experience, and a lot of people will not enjoy it. Okay, so we saw them get attacked, we saw a firefight. I'm sure some other people will have some very, very important details to pick out. But for me, it just looked like a lot of battlefield chaos, what we'd expect from something like Battlefield 4 in a more modernized game. But this right here, this is something that actually evoked emotion for me, more of a nostalgia really. It reminds me so much of Battlefield 4. And I think that's really what they were going for, but it also bothers me a little bit because I don't think anybody would disagree to say that Battlefield 4's knifing system, how you go up in melee and you get stuck in this enormous animation, is absurdly terrible for gameplay. And I do hope that that is not something that they're going for in this game. Massive destruction. Okay, so that whole section of trailer is very reminiscent of Battlefield 4. It could literally be a modern day expansion trailer for Battlefield 4 if they continued that game. I think that's the goal here. I've said it the whole time that they want to go back to the success of Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, and expand upon it. They want to return to the roots of what gave them such great success before they really messed it up with, in ways, Battlefield 1 and certainly with Battlefield 5. And they want the community to know that that's what they're doing. So they're really hitting home these sandboxy aspects of Battlefield 4 and making sure that we see in this reveal that that is going to be part of the game. That is how they're going to get the community on board, because a lot of people are very hesitant to jump on the hype train and pre-order this game or consider buying it, even though it's going to be a modern day shooter. So we actually covered this a few weeks ago in a leak. So this will be probably a return to Levolution. Think Siege of Shanghai when the tower falls, Flood Zone when the whole map floods. A new and improved modern day Battlefield 2042 Levolution. Anyone play Battlefield 4? This should remind you of something. This literally looks like Dawnbreaker. And frankly, it might be a new and improved version of Dawnbreaker specifically for this game. It was iconic in Battlefield 4 and really hits home that sandboxy but taking over the world all-out warfare. And we're going to get into that a little bit more here in just a second. The return of modern-day aircraft and the absolute domination over the battlefield a good pilot can have in a modern-day Battlefield is something that the franchise has been missing. It's a key component in what has caused the recent Battlefields to feel so lackluster in many ways, to have that less of a sandbox feel and more of a linear, honestly, bore-fest feel to them. People underestimate the fear a good pilot can cause across the battlefield and the absolute chaos they can unleash. This is good, and I think they realize that now, and they are absolutely unleashing destruction in this trailer. Anybody think that was corny? Well, it is. And it's the epitome of Battlefield. Sandbox, being able to take a four-wheeler, an ATV, up to the top of a skyscraper and drive it off and absolutely destroy the aircraft that has been tormenting your team. This is what Battlefield is all about, and I feel like a lot of people will see this part of the trailer and sort of be irritated by it because maybe they didn't play Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. Maybe they didn't see the peak of Battlefield when you could do things like this, when you could put C4 on motorcycle tires and blow people sky high or suicide bomb tanks. But this is what it's all about, guys, and I'm glad that they are realizing that. And again, it goes back to Battlefield 4 and 3. This is literally what they're doing. They're taking Battlefield 4 and expanding upon it to create something great, because at this point they know that's what they have to do to save the franchise and take it back to those glory days that they so desire. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on everything. Someone, comment section down below. What aircraft is this? I have no idea. I really don't. So let me know. I'm interested in this. For those of you wondering what the hell just happened, I would urge you to go look up some Battlefield 4 videos of actual good pilots. I'm sure you can find some. There are plenty of amazing pilots out there that played a lot of Battlefield and made some really great videos. This is the kind of advanced mechanics that they used. They would jump out of their aircraft with a launcher, destroy another one, and then land back in their aircraft and continue to fly. It's absolutely insane. It takes a lot of practice and it's crazy. Now, more than that, I think this might show the end of those classes for aircraft where they only let you have a pistol so you couldn't jump out of your aircraft and then wreak havoc across the map as an infantry unit. And honestly, I see what they were trying to do. It was a balancing maneuver, and it created a less fun experience. And I think they've seen that, and they're going back to how it was previously, to where you can take things like launchers in an aircraft, hop out, and destroy other aircraft and hop back in and do these crazy things, drive ATVs off of roofs. They're going back to the sandbox instead of the linear experience that they were trying to do with Battlefield 1 and 5. And I've got to say again, I know I keep saying this over and over again, but this is important. For those of you that have not played Battlefield 4 or any of those before it, this game is going to be completely different. The gameplay loop will be nothing like what you've played, and it's going to be quite a hell of an experience. It'll probably be one of your favorite games of all time, if this trailer is true to what the game is going to be. We're never going to know until we play it ourselves. I want to go ahead and say this now as not to interrupt an intense part of the trailer, but weather is going to play an enormous role in this game, which is something that Battlefield has never seen before. Weather events wreaking havoc across the map is going to be insane and create so much chaos, especially with an increased player count that I'm not sure how big it is going to be yet, but it's going to be absolutely insane. To this point, we've had nothing more than sandstorms and floods. This will be crazy. I do also want to say that I'm curious to see how exactly it works. Will this be a set linear event? Will the tornado come in from different directions of the map and be different every game? These are questions that I think we need answers to and could impact the value of the experience a great deal. I'm really hoping it's the latter, that these are going to be events that no one can predict and we don't know what's going to happen to the map. You can't be in a certain place to avoid it or cause it to kill enemies, but it's just going to be something uncontrollable that is going to destroy both sides. Okay guys, so that was absolutely insane, and in my opinion, it's going to be their best performing trailer ever, without a doubt. There's a lot to unpack here. Consider this a first impressions video, and that's it. There'll be more content covering this and the things we saw in this trailer in the future. Stay tuned and be sure to drop a sub if you enjoyed this video. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.